Now, one thing that I often forget making my videos is who's watching. And very often it's some younger, I'm proud of you guys, all younger people. And I find myself using language that is inappropriate for such audience. And I don't mean to do it. Sometimes I'm just frustrated. Sometimes, like in this video, I'm crazy excited. So I apologize for my use of inappropriate language. And I'm putting together this short clip because I want to show it. I'm very proud that this worked. Yeah, I guess I'm proud of me. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being proud of yourself. I put a lot of work into this thing, I guess. So this is going to be a short version, politically correct, and we'll bleep or do something with all the language. There's not a lot of it in there, but what it is, it's emphasized like crazy. So for the full build, check out the original video. Make sure that it's appropriate for you. If you should not be listening to somebody occasionally drop the F-bomb, I think once or twice, don't watch the full-length video. Because the most important part is, I hope what I'm going to cut into a PG version of it, because it's pretty damn exciting for me anyway, and I thought I would share that with you. So my apologies to everybody, and hopefully you'll enjoy this shorter version. What do you guys see? What is Chandler going to do? After that kukri build, I'm really I'm not in the mood to do this, but I think today's the day that we're going to give it a try. Journeyman blacksmith application guidelines for the performance test: 1 inch manila rope, standard 2x4, and a railroad spike. Now, the only reason I'm doing this, well, there's a few reasons I'm doing this. There's a few reasons I'm not doing this. You say, if you haven't seen my test on the railroad spike video, there's a couple of them, and they're very interesting. I think they're very informative. During that testing, right off the bat, I say, make one that works, because I used as an excuse that I hadn't made that knife for the performance test, and I attributed a lot of its failure to that. And then a lot of, well, not a lot, but a lot of you guys said, hey, do the test, or make one that will pass. And I don't know if I can. I would hope that a railroad spike wouldn't pass, actually, because it shouldn't pass. It shouldn't be of the quality of material to pass that test. So that's one thing one reason I'm doing this is to see, well, no, not really. Let me tell you why I'm doing it. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of getting rolled up into it. This video will be titled, "Can Chandler make a railroad spike knife that passes the Journeyman Master Bladesmith performance test?" It has nothing to do with whether or not a railroad spike knife is a good knife or a great knife or any kind of knife. It has nothing to do with whether or not a railroad spike knife can pass the test. This today is, can Chandler, it's a personal challenge, can I make a railroad spike knife that'll pass the test? Now, I have to tell you, there is a there's a darker side of this. Somebody went off on me recently. Not that this is bothering me, but the fact of the matter is that if it does pass, that'll be fun. If it doesn't pass, you were right. So, again, this is the test of Chandler. Can I take this piece of garbage steel and generate a blade that'll pass the test? Now, in review, there's several guidelines of the blade and the smith. Actually, it's a very complicated thing. There's time frames involved, and it isn't just passing this test that makes you a journeyman smith. There's much more responsibility on your side. But when it comes right down to the performance test, the knife guidelines are right there. can be a maximum of 15 inches. This is drawn to scale, 15 inches long, with a blade from the guard or the handle to the tip of no more than 10 inches, with a width, this is just the grind mark here, with a width of no more than 2 inches. All right, that's it. Any handle configuration is acceptable. There is no weight requirement, which is that might come into play when I do a handle, but that's it. All right, 15 inches maximum, 10-inch blade maximum, 2-inch width maximum. And then, as I said in the other video, the test will be conducted without. Once the test starts, you cannot touch the knife again as far as stropping it or sharpening it. The test will be conducted in this order, and that is initially the rope test, rope cut. With one swing, you have 3 tries, but with one swing, you need to sever the rope. Wood chopping, chop through a 2x4 twice, minimum twice, and then shave hair for edge retention. It does say that this test is destructive, which I believe the next part of it will be. But the third part of the test is that you need to place that blade. You need to mark the blade 3 inches from the tip. 1, 2, 3. All right, 3 inches from the tip. Place that in a vise vertically, and then bend that 90 degrees. You're allowed 1/3 of the blade to crack, but the spine has to not break. The knife doesn't have to break. So that's a review of the performance requirements on this test. And I'm going to go ahead and give her a go today. It's the right kind of day for me to do that. Actually, I'd rather have some sunshine. Sunshine wakes me up more. But I don't know how I'm going to turn that piece of steel into a blade anywhere near that configuration. But I will tell you this, as much as this spike I can get is going to be in the blade. I know I want weight. So let me get myself set up, get the forge fired up, and we'll see what we can do about creating at least a blade that stands a chance against the test. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm not sure how I get all this rust color from my water. I don't know, but I don't care. It's not meant to look great. It just kind of looks beat up like it should as a railroad spike. It's adding that steel to the handle. I would bet added 50% more weight to the knife. Now feels like a proper knife in your hand. I got an edge on here. I don't know. I don't even know. Took me up. I hate working with sharp knives. I'm not a knife person, so I'm not used to it. It scares the crap out of me. That is one hell of an edge there. Unbelievable. I don't even want to use it yet because not razor, but it's as sharp as it's going to be. All right, I will put everything together and let's try this test. Enough of this thing for one day. Let's give this thing a test. I'm telling you, I'm not 100% confident in this rope chop thing, but we're gonna find out. Ready? 6 inches up, something like that. I just wish I could get it. It should come this way, because then I'm cutting across this thing. Everything sucks. I can't cut that one. I know I don't get enough strength. So here we go. Oh my goodness, did you see that? Holy cow. First one down. Let's do this one. We're going to find out if my blade is strong. We're also going to find out if it retains an edge. So we're going to chop through right here. just roll it in my hand. Forgot what I learned last time. That's one. Let's see if I feel anything. I don't feel anything. Let's chop two here. Again, no touching the blade, right? Or touching up the blade. Put my glove on, I just touched the edge of that blade and it cut me. Now I'm gonna rest. Let's do it. Second chop. Dying to know. Got a little knot right there. Work around. Here we go. Ready? Yep, handle sucks. Handle sucks. Alright, let's go out in the light. What's left of it anyway. I don't want to take and remove the scene here because obviously I need to now shave hair. Don't cut yourself getting ready for protection. Chop it in here. Examine the edge. I don't feel any deformations. Can you see anything? I see lots of hair on camera. I don't see any hair on my arm, but let's do it right there. Where am I? That, my friends, is past test 2. Bald again. Kidding when I said it cut me. That thing, where am I? I can't see. Where's the bleeding? Just a nick though. Holy crap, I'm not ready for this. I know you guys are about to cry, aren't you? I think we're all about to cry, but it don't matter. This has been a success no matter what. Rules say 3 inches from the tip goes in the vise. At 3 inches from the tip. $90 degrees. Let me lower you. Damn, Sam, it's all over the place. It's just a little cut too. Sharp ones bleed the most likely. Alright, do I want to just pull this over with my hand? Or do I not trust that? Let me get my little bender magender. PPE then PhD. Alright, now remember, in the last video, when I was pulling this over, the bar went to 90, but the knife was, you know, it's at an angle in here. So it's not the bar that has to go to an angle, it's the knife. Let's hope we don't die. Are you ready? That's the knife right here, man. I'm telling you, I'm 90. Right? Do you agree? What's the camera look like? Can't see it from so far away. That's beyond 90. That's beyond 90 right there. I'll tell you, it could have gone a lot farther. Did it break? No. We're allowed a crack up to 1/3, I think, or 2/3. It don't really freaking matter because there is no crack. I thought I had some chipping, but it was just some. Wait a minute, let me see. No, it's just my skin and my hair. Unfreaking believable. This knife is easily repairable. It is not damaged. It was not. I mean, it bent to 90. God, I'm gonna watch the tape just to make sure. Hold on. And me tell if I'm happy with how today turned out. Holy crap. I was moaning all day, no doubt, because I didn't think that this thing would pass. And I've spent, I don't know, at least 8 hours on this thing. Of course, we had all that warping. Look familiar. All that warping and the quench and then, you know, the handle and all that. Yeah, I'm very happy that that work didn't end up in a destroyed knife. This can be reshaped. Right, that's why I put a metal handle on. I throw it in, straighten it up, reheat treat it, everything. So I'm very happy about that. I am perplexed that this knife was able to pass test, the railroad spike knife. I don't know what that means for sure, but I do know this, and this is the one thing that I want you to remember. Railroad spike, high carbon railroad spike steel is not a high carbon steel, it's a low carbon steel. It is not your first choice for making a great knife. If you show up at the bladesmithing test with a railroad spike knife, during the review, before you even begin to prove what the knife can do, they will most likely send you home. It is not a smart bladesmith choice. And that you're trying to prove yourself as a bladesmith, all right? So don't do it. However, they never, at this point, they haven't stopped to, they haven't ceased to amaze me. And that's it. I'm not going to go any farther. Mr. X, sorry to get personal. Mr. X, Facebook, thanks for the motivation, man. Thanks for the motivation. Michael, I'm sorry. On Facebook. Poor Michael, because he's now going to get all us young Smiths saying, railroad spike's a good knife, it's a good knife. I'm sorry, Michael, but I'm sorry. It's not a... It took the challenge. One railroad spike. Again, handle material was optional, could have been anything. It's in the rules. I just happened to put some metal on there to help balance things out. Hated the handle, it was rolling in my hand, it didn't feel good. But nothing but spike for the blade and tang. So again, I'm sorry, Michael, and the rest of you guys that are going to have to keep correcting when people start saying it is a great steel. But I'm sorry, the proof is right there. It will do something, okay? It will pass the journeyman test. If, you know, here it's going to sound like I'm tooting my own horn, but I'm not. It's all in the smith, all right? Even a steel can make an okay knife if you do everything right. And that's pat Chandler on the back today, because that's the name of this video. Can Chandler pass the journeyman bladesmith performance test with a railroad spike knife? And the answer, and yeah, I can. Give it a try. Catch you next time. Going home and having a happy drink tonight. If you found this video helpful, educational, maybe even if you just found it entertaining, and you want to support me, you can jump back to my channel. There's a button on the right hand side of the screen called support, and it's kind of like a tip jar. You can go ahead and leave Chandler a tip for this video, and that'll help me make some more, I guarantee. Thanks for your support, as always.